All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to explore. Where are we headed today?
Today, we're tackling a tarot card that's full of, well, let's just say it's got presence. The Emperor.
Ah, the Emperor. A classic. Always a fascinating one to unpack.
And you've given me some seriously interesting material for this one. We're talking symbolism, we're talking authority,
Yeah.
we're even going to touch on self-discovery.
Sounds like a plan.
So, first things first, the Emperor is part of the major arcana. And for anyone who's like, wait, major what now? Just think of these cards as the big players in the tarot deck. Like, they represent those huge life themes, you know?
Right, like the major chapters in the story of, well, you.
Exactly. Love that.
Yeah.
And the Emperor, he's definitely a major character in this whole saga. Just looking at the card, you usually see this powerful figure on a throne, maybe holding a scepter. It just screams authority and stability.
It's that energy of someone who's grounded, someone who's in control. Not always control over others, necessarily.
Oh, interesting. You're saying it's more nuanced than just being, like, the boss of everything.
Exactly. When the Emperor shows up in a reading, it often points to a need for structure, for taking charge. But this can apply to your own life, your own goals, even your emotions.
So it's like, instead of trying to rule the world, you're learning to rule your own little empire. It's giving inner CEO vibes. You know what I mean?
I love that. It's about mastering that inner kingdom.
Okay, I am here for it. So if we were to take this whole Emperor archetype and drop him into, say, 2024, who or what embodies that energy?
That's a good one. I think it's less about a specific job title and more about a way of being. Think of people who command respect, not through force or intimidation, but through their knowledge and experience. It could be a CEO at the helm of a company, or a judge, or even someone who's just really mastered their craft. It's about owning your decisions and standing firm in your convictions.
It's interesting you mentioned that because in your notes, you also brought up Stoic philosophy, which I always find fascinating.
Yeah, and I think there's a strong connection there. The Stoics talked about focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions. And the Emperor really embodies that idea. It's about realizing that true strength comes from mastering yourself, not from trying to control everything and everyone around you.
It's like the Emperor is giving us permission to let go of trying to control the uncontrollable.
Exactly. Which can be incredibly freeing when you think about it.
100%. Now, let's talk about something that always comes up with the Emperor.
Yeah.
This idea of the father figure.
Ah, yes. The fatherly archetype.
But you've mentioned that it's not always literal, right?
Right. It can symbolize a literal father or a father figure in your life,
Yeah.
but it can also represent something much more internal. Think of it as that wise, guiding voice inside of you, encouraging you to make responsible choices, learn from your experiences.
That inner voice that tells you to maybe not hit reply all when you're feeling impulsive.
Exactly. Sometimes we need that reminder, and that's where the Emperor steps in.
Now, you threw in a real curveball here. You said the Emperor isn't just about outward authority. It's about self-mastery, too.
It's a really cool twist, actually. The source material we looked at really emphasized that the Emperor isn't about lording it over others. It's about holding yourself to a high standard, making choices that align with your values and who you want to be.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, that is pretty powerful. It's almost like having that inner Emperor on your shoulder, being like, you got this, but let's do it right.
I like that visual. It's about recognizing that true authority starts from within.
So, to wrap things up, it seems like the Emperor can represent this drive, this action-oriented energy, but also a deep sense of self-awareness and personal responsibility.
Absolutely. He's a reminder that true leadership, in whatever form it takes for you, starts with mastering yourself.
And on that note, I want to thank you again for lending your expertise to this deep dive.
My pleasure. Always happy to chat tarot.
And to our listeners, we want to hear from you. How do you embody that Emperor energy? Let us know. Until next time, keep exploring.